Hey RATBAGGERS, it's Jade today with a special preview of survival games in October. Every big release, every big update for your favourite survival games and brand new ones you need to know about. I haven't done one of these in a while, but October is so stacked I feel it's worth it. So let's go diving into everything you need to know about survival. Leave a like if you find this video useful, check out the rest of my survival content, and let's go. So Rust World Update is going live on the 3rd of October. It's one of the biggest it's had, where it revamps the complete map of Rust. This has got a lot of OG Rust players excited, making Rust maybe similar to what it used to be before its backport HDR update it had. Adding more varied cliffs and terrain around the edges and coastal areas, as well as lagoons, lakes and more valleys. It might be a little bit easier now to hide away your 2x1 if you're a little solo player. The new Radtan's also been added, a brand new point of interest where you can take the toxic sludge, pull it in a water gun and even fire at other players to cause them radiation damage. There's a slew of other changes as well, making this one of the most anticipated and I'm sure going to be one of the most popular updates that Rust has ever seen, and it's coming on the 3rd of October. Aska, a survival simulation game set in a Norse mythological world. It launched in early access earlier on this year, and Update 2, which offers a substantial amount of content, is going live on October the 7th. The Farmers and Followers update is going to add more nuance to your followers, giving them hopefully a bit more action to do, plus seasonal crop schedules. This is all meaning nothing to me, but I'm sure it sounds good to Aska players. The rest of the year is looking pretty chunky as well, with more content coming in November and December. It's looking good for this little early access game. One of the very few survival games I haven't actually tried out this year due to the sheer amount of different releases at the time. Aska is a single player or up to 4 player co-op action survival simulation game where you'll set your followers to do tasks around your base or help guard you on your adventures as you gather resources, build up your Viking settlement and take on legions of maybe undead and other creatures to protect you and your followers. It is an absolute packed month. I'll try and do my best to see if I give this a shot and maybe give you guys a full review of the new update and the game itself. I get a fair few comments from console fans asking where's the news about console survival games. Well, I only report on what I can actually find out and when we actually get release dates. Good news, Fountain of Youth Survival has got a release date and it's coming to PS5, Xbox Series S and X very soon. In fact, October the 8th you'll be able to play this for the first time on console. It is a single player game where you'll be sailing to different islands but following a really good story as you fight off all sorts of wildlife, following a mysterious story as you uncover the clues about the rest of your crew and try and build various different ships to get around. It's like if Stranded Deep actually had a good story and had a lot more deeper mechanics. A bit like games like Long Dark and Green Hell, time can speed by depending on various actions that you do, but still has that action orientated combat as well. With lots of different islands to go and explore with all sorts of terrain, resources and creatures to fight. Really pleased to see it coming to console. So shut up asking about console games, will ya? As always, I'll let you guys know as soon as we get any info and of course reviews when I can. October the 10th sees the launch of Astrios, a modded map, premium modded map that's coming to Ark Survival Ascended. 50% of the profits go to the mod maker themselves and 50% to wildcards. It's a shame this hasn't been released as an official free map for the whole base game. While the free version will have a big island for you to play around with, not too sure about all the other components like the boat skins as well as more building pieces. It will likely be developed and in early access for a few months before being finished complete and then sold. It's obviously got a heavy Greek influence. I'm still of the opinion that if you're looking for that kind of thing, go and pick up Dawn of Defiance rather than this. With Ark Survival Ascended still having multiple issues with updates breaking the game, just not running very well whether it's on console or even PC, I definitely think it's worth supporting a smaller indie studio launching a proper new game. That said, the map does look stunning and it is made by one of the most popular map makers in Ark's modding community. So I'm hoping it's good and I'm hoping Ark Survival Ascended can sort itself out soon. Its latest map, Aberration, only just launched, but I feel like it's almost been forgotten about, and there'll be another free map with Extinction launching supposedly in December. Planetcraft has sold millions of copies when it launched. This unassuming crafting survival game set on an alien planet as you try and terraform it really took hold, and it's got a brand new DLC coming very soon. We'll be charting our progress on a new planet, the planet Humble, as we transform and terraform it once again with new technology and of course exploring all new biomes and possibly fauna. or Flora, always get them two mixed up. Planetcraft of course is a single or co-op player focused game, and it's going to be releasing this new DLC on October the 9th, judging by the release date at the end of the trailer, although I was given some information it'd actually be coming on October the 10th. I'll try and clarify for the future. Wasn't a huge fan of this game when I first tried it, but it grew and grew on me and become super addictive, and I'm keen to try and finish off my world before venturing on a new one. So yep, the big hitters of the survival scene are all launching something this month. dayz has their Frostline DLC, which comes out on October the 15th, and it's a pretty hefty price, $27 or euros, for what essentially is going to be a much tougher hardcore experience, with the Frostline map being very much based and evolved around a mountainous region. There will also be a free update adding a few revamps to mechanics and some new items, I'm sure. dayz has seen a huge resurgence in the last few years. I'd put it pretty much second place right now behind Rust as the king of survival games, with Ark falling by the side even more since Ark Survival Ascended came out. One look at the concurrent users on Steam will confirm that, so let's hope that this new map and this new experience is going to be worth that much money for what essentially is just a DLC. It's been many years since I really give dayz a good go, ever since maybe it launched on console, so yeah, I think it's about time we dive in. It's been a long time since I tried to kill off a zombie horde with a can of tin beans. As you guys know, I love all types of different survival games. In fact, I really get sick of just playing either first or third person. Give me something a bit fresh and different. Sievert is a single player extraction top down pixel game. Yes, I know. A lot of them buzzwords may mean nothing to you or really pique your interest, but I like the look of this. I gave it a shot when it launched in early access and it was interesting enough. Now it's going full 1.0. It's coming out on the 23rd of October. Scavenge and get resources as you make run after run, hopefully making it back to your base to get more upgrades to then do another run and hopefully not die. Another more unique survival game launching on the same day, October 21st, is Wild Planet. This is a single or co-op adventure set on an alien planet as you gather resources and try and get new technology to build yourself a base and survive. I've kept my eye on this for absolutely years. I'm glad to see it arriving on early access. Hopefully it's going to be good. Both this and Sievert, I'm absolutely champion for different types of survival games to be successes. Do you like digging holes? Do you like being a dwarf? Then Orebound might be the game for you. Set in a procedure generated world, this has got a free demo available now, and it's going to be a game that you can buy on Steam early access on the 24th of October. Single player only, you will be diving and delving deep into lots of caves, fighting off orcs as you gather resources and set up automation to refine and extract precious jewels. Buy upgrades, unlock new technology and delve even further. I gave the demo for this a shot on my other channel, JPG Crafted. Go and check it out to see some of these kind of cuter, more younger and chill survival experiences. And it actually impressed me. A bit janky and the combat definitely needs improving, but the rest of the mechanics were pretty tight. I'm looking forward to seeing how deep the automation might go. So if you always loved Deep Rock Galactic but wanted it to be a bit more crafty and survival-like, then Orebound may be for you. And finishing off October with a bit more speculative with no definitive release dates, Conan Exiles continues with its new Age of Heroes, supposedly adding a ton of improvements to followers to make your settlements feel more livable and like a proper community. Your workers will no longer just slave away at their stations, they're now free to walk around and go for a wee and maybe get a bite to eat before getting back on that wheel of pain. This will be also the first age, their kind of almost seasonal content of drops and updates, where there won't be a battle pass, much contested, mainly by me, and a good reason why I've not covered Conan Exiles ever since. They announced plans that they would not be continuing the battle pass, but they'll probably still have that microtransaction shop. It's in the public beta test branch at the moment, and they did say it would be coming out at some point towards the end of October. Is it time to return to Conan Exiles? Let me know in the comments down below. 8 years ago, Starbound launched as a 1.0 game on Steam, and it was pretty much considered the poor man's Terraria. Maybe a bit harsh, it did have its own merits, but it clearly was inspired by the same similar gameplay, with definitely differences. You go and explore various different planets, and more of a focus on the community of the NPCs that you gather up. About 2 years after, they announced plans to come to console, and then silence. For 5 years, literally, nothing has been said about this game. until it just randomly popped up this summer that they've got it on Xbox running right now as part of the Xbox Insider program to get feedback on the controls. It does look like it is launching on Xbox very soon. Still no word about PlayStation, even though originally I did have the PlayStation trailer, and who knows if the game is any good after so long. Definitely always something I wanted to keep an eye on, as I used to genuinely love Terraria back in the day. With the testing they're doing, it wouldn't surprise me if we saw a release in October. The Axis Unseen is a magical hunting game where you'll be fighting huge bosses and taking on very small creatures with your trusted bow and magical elemental arrows. It's solo made by one of the developers behind Skyrim, promising a huge vast open world with unique biomes and all set to a heavy metal soundtrack. Maybe not my cup of tea exactly, but if you are a fan of hunting games, this really might appeal to you, tracking them down and using various different magics and stuff to hopefully make your mark. Again, there should be a demo going live pretty much now, as it's going to be a single player game on Steam at first. And any day now we're expecting a release date, which is scheduled for some point in October. And it looks likely that Valheim's next update, maybe smaller focus than their last Ashlands, is coming out at some point in October. They've got a big reveal happening on the 8th of October, where we're going to be seeing streaming with their publishing partners, Coffee Stain Studios, and maybe a glimpse about what this Witch's Hut will actually be. I'll be very surprised if the update doesn't actually go live straight away or within the next few weeks. Of course, the minute we find out, I'll let you guys know. At best though, it's definitely adding some sort of new NPC, what we'll be able to buy from it, or maybe some challenges, we're not too sure. We're fully expecting it to be put into the swamp biomes, although it might have its own mini sub-biome called the bog. That's judging by the name of the picture that I downloaded from the site. I'm pretty good friends with most of the Valheim devs, so I'll dig around and see what details I can release to you guys soon. And there we go folks, that is October, but just a little glimpse into November, which is also starting to look pretty stacked, with Tectonica, Stalker 2, Tales of Agasbar, Sengoku Dynasty, Enshrouded and Aloft all scheduled to release at some point between now and December. I'm sure I'll have more details about all the games I've mentioned today as they come out, hopefully some reviews and plenty of gameplay and guides. So, for the best in survival games news, guides and gameplay, please make sure you're subscribed, make sure you like this video, and I'll see you guys for more monthly looks at everything new. Until next time, Ratbags, laters.